Okay, so we're going to start off with a little practice block for our router table. To do that, we're going to go to New up at the top. We're going to make a new English one here, English part. We're going to do a standard IPT there at that choice. We're going to click on it, start our standard IPT. Once it comes up, we're going to go ahead and go Start Sketch, and we're going to do that on our top plane. Okay. There on the top plane, we're going to go ahead and do a rectangle using the rectangle command around our origin. We're going to dimension this as a 2 by 2 rectangle. We will be changing this here shortly, or getting ready to use it, but that's okay. And here on the side to side, instead of making it 2, I just make it match my other dimension. So that way if I ever need to change it, I change this one dimension and changes it both. Now with this, remember how it still slides side to side, up and down, and all that. I do want to center that horizontally and vertically, so I'm going to use my horizontal constraint there. And when you hover over the line, it gives you that perpendicular line to it, and then a little green dot. You're going to click on the middle of that, constrain it to your origin, and we're going to do our vertical constraint the other way. So from there to there. So there that is on there, constrained nicely. Now, what I want to do is, I want to just not make this a simple plain block like this, but I want to just put some other details to it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to maybe take off that part of the block there, maybe come over here, and sure, put a circle on that part of it right there. I do need a dimension of these also, so I'm going to start by trimming out my parts that I don't want. And this is why I said you're going to have to redimension it, because notice how that got rid of all of my dimensions. I remember trim as X. If you forget that, hit X and you can trim out those parts. Now we're going to have to go back through here and do some redimensioning. It did keep my, that's kind of strange, it kept my formula of 2 inches there, so I want to put this one back in there. There's my 2. Probably want to reassociate this one with that dimension now. Okay, that's got those 2 lines blue. Now let's see about this one. I can dimension how far down this line is. So from there to there. And let's make that a nice round number. It's about 0.5. Let's just go 0.5. That's fine. And maybe dimension how far over this one is. So let's go 0.5 on that one too. Alright, so that's got me there a little bit. Now let's go ahead and we'll dimension this circle. I'll put that in. Maybe again it's almost 0.5, so I'll put it in at 0.5. That's fine. And now I still have a bunch of green stuff. So let's see what all is green here. Oh, okay. It still slides side to side. So I need to do something to lock that in. Here would be a good way to do that is just to mention the length of this line. So the length of that line, let's again make that 0.5. It's got us a little bit closer, but it's still, it's going to move. Okay, now the whole circle is moving into 2. So now if I constrain this circle, the center of it with the origin, that'd be like constraining it side to side. So I'm going to go here, do a horizontal constraint with that, there. Okay, that's got me a little bit closer. Let's see what, whoa, okay. Now notice that circle is really changing size. The center point of the circle is moving up and down. I shouldn't say it's changing size, but it's changing position. So this is moving up and down. So now let's just do a vertical constraint with the center of that. Let's make it down like that. Let's got that a little bit closer. Now these 2 are equal, but now that one slides up and down. Alright? Let's make these 2 equal to each other. We could do that with that same constraint I just did. But a little bit better way is make those co-linear to each other. So that's going to get this line to line up with this line. That's going to start really turning some blue lines on. Wow, that even just finished me up all the way, everything turned blue. So there I am fully constrained. I got a little bit more interesting shape than just a square block. I'm going to go finish sketch. I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude that up 0.12, 0.125, sorry, 0.125, and go OK. Now, it doesn't have to be shaped like that, alright? So this is the first one I have. It could be like that. Oops. Okay, here's my next one I have. Okay, I have it down here already. There's a different one. We're going to put these holes on here in just a second. And here's another one. So just use your creativity. Don't take 3 days to design something here. Basic 2 by 2 block, but put some other cuts on that to make it a little bit more interesting than just 2 by 2. Not that one. That's something different. But there we go. That are 3 different examples. You can do anything else you'd like to do. Alright, now back to our other one. On this one now, if you notice those other 2 I just showed you, you want to put some holes on there. So we're going to go start sketch. Going to pick that top surface to start my sketch on. And now some of you that have done holes before know this, but some of the others who haven't done any holes may not know this. We're going to use our point command, and I'm just going to place a point out there. When you're doing a hole, you use the hole command, and the hole command will automatically recognize these points. So I put a point out there. I just want one hole here to start with, so I'm going to put one hole, dimension it down to the top. And again, notice that's 0.526. I like nice round numbers, so let's just make that 0.5. Now over, I'm going to make it 0.5 over also, and that's fine. You don't have to do 0.5, you can do 0.3, 0.325, you know, whatever. I just like round numbers myself. So I'm going to go finish my sketch there, and then I'm going to use my hole command and put a hole on that. Okay, it automatically recognizes that thing with a hole. A couple things on your hole command here, and first we're going to do a simple hole, which is that one that's already automatically selected for me. May or may not be automatically selected for you. Termination part, we're going to do through all. So let's go all the way through this object. And then next down here is the size of the hole. This first hole we're going to do is we're going to do a 0.25 hole. So a 1/4 inch hole. We're going to go OK. Then that hole that we did there, now I want to do another hole. The other hole is going to be different size, so I'm going to go start sketch again. I'm going to pick this top surface somewhere there. I'm going to put my point in. I'm going to put it over here somewhere. I'm sure about right there. And now I'm going to dimension it there. Now this one I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Just I want this hole to be in the middle. Oops. I want that hole to be in the middle of that side. Now, okay, that's weird. I should have been. I should be able to do that. Huh. My dimensions being weird. I was going to show you something new, but it's not wanting to do that. Okay. I'm going to forget that. I wanted to halfway in between those two. I'm just going to set this to 0.75, and I'll get that there nicely. Here now, I'm going to go over, and after that, I'm going to go over maybe 0.5, and I'm going to put me a hole there. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go again and go ahead and go to my hole command. This hole, I'm going to make it a 0.5 hole. I'm going to go 0.5 there. Again, same simple hole, same through all, and I'm going to go OK. Alright, so that's got that hole there. That's got this part pretty well made. I'm going to go ahead and stop there for a bit. Okay, so now the last thing I do want you to do on this is I want you to go ahead and save this. On your M drive somewhere, create a folder. It can be in your CAD folder if you're no longer in CAD, whatever. Create a folder somewhere and save this as router table practice, and just save this as the 2x2 block. So obviously if you don't know how to save here, I would hope you would know how to do that, but we're going to go up to save. I got a router table practice block, and just save it as 2x2 block. I got block 1, block 2. This is actually going to be block 3 for me because it's my third block I've created. But just save that as 2x2 block. And save that, and you'll have another video about how to export the file for the router table. Alright, carry on.